good to be here. Thanks for coming out. I've been doing comedy now for about 20 years, and I am proud to say I just recently got back from entertaining the troops. Yeah, so get out with it. Just so you know, Kalamazoo Boy Scouts, Troop 155. Yeah, let him hear you. It's 155. If I look a little tired today, I apologize. I didn't sleep well last night. I had a nightmare. Couldn't go back to sleep. Has this ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dreamt I was sitting on Bill Cosby's lap, licking an ice cream cone.
Was that pudding pop?
Yeah, and that's scary because I am lactose intolerant. Yeah, I got that from my mother. My mother was lactose intolerant, but she was a fanatic. She wouldn't even breastfeed me. She didn't want to be around people with dairy, you know. I was breastfed. She made my father do it. I wish my wife was here tonight, but my wife's pissed off at me. I gotta be honest. And guys, have you ever said something accidentally to your girlfriend or your wife, and it just comes out wrong? Well, yesterday she was 20 miles from home. She ran out of gas, all upset, calls me on her cell phone, and I meant to say, "You ran out of gas? Stay right there, honey. I'll be right there to get you." I accidentally said, "You ran out of gas? You're stupid like your mother." Yeah, and she's not stupid. My wife's beautiful. She is, but she doesn't think she's beautiful. She's one of them women that have that mustache thing going, you know, and she wants to shave it off, and I don't want her to. I think it'll come back thicker. Besides, I think it makes her sideburns look cool. But I've been married 20 years. Give it up for 20 years. Yeah. She's a good woman. It is my second marriage. Some of you know what that's like. But I heard something interesting in church last week. The preacher said, see if you've heard this, according to the Bible, when we get to heaven, we won't be married anymore. You ever heard this? Yeah. So I started thinking, maybe that's why they call it heaven. I'm only kidding. I don't mean that. I love my wife, but she just finished going through menopause, and you women that go through menopause and PMS, it is really rough on us guys. And I can prove it, because you get that medical thing called irrationality sometimes. Yeah, I'll give you an example. My wife looked at me last month and she was like, "If I gained 500 pounds, would you still love me?" And I was like, "Would you still love me if I said no?" But I do love my wife, though, and she thinks I'm a ladies' man, because I am. I can prove it. When it comes to making love to my wife, I give it all I got. Before I'm done, we're both screaming out my name. I will say this, though. We are very religious. We are Baptists, very religious. We do not believe in having sex while standing up. That could lead to dancing. Staying alive. Yeah, I love my wife. I did something for her last spring that she realized. She always wanted a dog, so I rescued one from the shelter. It's a mixed breed. And he's part pit bull, part St. Bernard. He will rip your hand off, and then just like Lassie, he'll go for help. But it's a sad story. He came from a litter of 4 males, and 3 of them died prematurely. He was the only survivor. You weren't going to believe this. My wife wanted to call him BG because all his brothers are dead. Staying alive. He's a good dog, he really is, but he got sick here recently, about a month ago. We took him into the vet, and if you got a good vet, hang on to him. Our veterinarian, he's a multitasker. By that I mean Monday through Friday, he's a veterinarian, and on weekends he's a taxidermist. Yeah, don't get ahead of me on this. Which is good for me, because either way I'm getting my dog back. But it is my second marriage. My first marriage didn't work out. Some of you know what that's like. I met my ex-wife on a blind date on a fishing trip, and I love fishing. I do. I even nicknamed her my little angel fish. Aww. Yeah, first time we made love, I called her my little blowfish. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to believe this. 2 years to the day when we were married, my little blowfish slapped me with divorce papers. Turned into a big mouth bass. Yeah, she even liked to argue with me too. At the moment, she says, "Don't you mean largemouth bass?" And I was like, "Whoa, let's not bring your mother into this." But the problem with her was we weren't compatible. You know, it happens. You people know what that's like. We didn't have nothing in common, not even our horoscopes lined up. I was a Capricorn and she was a bitch. But she was my bitch. And I say that with love, you know. But her biggest problem was she had all these rules. I couldn't even keep up with the rules, you know. You ever meet somebody like that, guys? I can't even find my keys half the time. She had all these rules, and she was like, "Take your shoes off at the front door. Take the garbage out. Stop touching my sister." I couldn't keep up with her rules. She did have one rule I liked. It was called a fantasy game. You know, she spiced up our sex life in the bedroom. She always wanted to play this fantasy game, you know, just before we made love. And it was always the same boring game, though. After a while, she was like, "I've got a fantasy before we make love. If I could make love to one man and not get caught, my fantasy is Tom Selleck." I was like, "Oh, Tom Selleck." You know, one night she looked at me, she says, "Who's your fantasy if you wouldn't get caught?" And I was like, "I'd like to take a shot at your sister." Yeah, they just want to play this new fantasy game called "Get All Your Crap and Get Out."
Oh my God.
Any of you guys that have been divorced, remember that awkward moment 3-4 months into your divorce, for the first time you saw your ex? Wasn't that weird and strenuous? I'll never forget it. 3 months after my divorce, I was in the parking lot of Walmart, and I ran into my ex. Then I backed my truck up and ran into her again. And it wasn't my fault. Let me explain. I'll let you go with this. I prayed about it first. And that just shows you the power of prayer, because Jesus was like, "Yeah, nobody's looking. Go ahead and hit her." Hey, thanks for coming out. My name's Don Kennard.
Back from New York, man. I was out in New York. Buddy of mine's high profile. He gets a gig on David Letterman. Calls me up and says, "Dude, I'm on Letterman. You want to go?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm not on it, but I'm at it, right?" One night they had on Selma Hayek, another night Julia Roberts, another night Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm like, "This is gonna be cool, man." You know who we got? Dr. Phil. If that isn't bad enough, Dr. Phil has the nerve to go on David Letterman and promote a weight loss book. You serious? Dr. Phil with a weight loss book's like Michael Vick with a pet shop. Oh, too soon, too soon. Got dog lovers out there? Yeah. I love dog, man. We just adopted a dog about 6 months ago, man.
What kind?
I'll get to that. Thank you for playing along. Fuckers keeping score over here, man. But we did. See, I grew up Irish and poor. We didn't have a dog, man. I'm sitting home late at night one night, and that Sarah McLachlan commercial comes on. That sad song, you know what I mean? The dog's in doggy jail. He's crying. I'm crying. I'm like, we gotta get a dog, man. I thought I'd go in and just say, "All right, we'll take that one." It don't work like that. You got to do an application, reference checks, and an in-home interview. Like, you know I can get a kid on Craigslist, right? And chances are he'll have a dog, so there you go. But thank you for asking. We adopted a Chorky. Yeah, half Yorkie, half Chihuahua. He's half Irish, half Mexican, which means he'll fuck or fight anything. Named him Lucky. He's my lucky dog, man. Took Lucky to visit my mom, and she hates two things, humans and animals. Lucky's up climbing around, licking and kissing, tails wagging. She'll get that goddamn dog out of here. You know, he uses that same tongue to lick his own crotch. I said, yeah, that's why we call him Lucky. Oh, this is great, though. Yeah, 7 years ago, man, we kicked it off over in Douglas, Michigan, and here I am. Next week, I'll be hosting an open mic at the Zealand Moose Lodge. This is fun, man. I like to talk to people after a show a lot of times. A lady come up to me and she goes, how long did you aspire to be a comedian? I'm going to tell you right now, you don't aspire to this, you default to this. There isn't shit else I can do. I've tried. I was a massage therapist for 1 week. Yeah. But evidently you need to be licensed. Drove a school bus one day. Finished my route, had kids left over. I pulled back down in the yard. I'm driving around like, hey, any of this shit look familiar to you kids? One little dude's crying. He's like, I want my mommy. I said, I seen your mommy. I want her too. Another time after a show, a lady comes up and she goes, you know what? You are so nice. You are so nice. You're nothing like my ex-husband. He was an asshole. I said, well, why did you marry him? She said, he wasn't an asshole when we got married. I said, oh, so you turned him into one. Yeah, she says, you know what? You're an asshole too. I said, by your own admission, I wasn't when we started talking. And I'm with Seth, my good buddy back there, Seth. I gave up cable TV in the Donovan household, man. I just got tired of it, right? I remember when TV was free, life was good. Now I'm getting cable bills, $149 a month, and they're telling me shit I don't need to know. There's civil unrest in Yemen. Just when I was going to go there. And I'm sorry, I walked around for 2 years thinking a Kardashian was a sweater. But I go into the cable office. I go in the counter. I go, here you go, man. Here's your shit back. Girl behind the counter says, what's your reason for termination? I said, I just don't care anymore. She brings up my account. She says, well, Mr. Donovan, you have quite an elaborate package. I said, thank you, but let's stick with the TV. Gave my wife and I a chance to talk, a chance to reconnect, and we figured out one thing. We don't have shit in common. She's taken to reading erotica on her Kindle. A little bit of pressure on that deal. I go walking in, she says, just so you know, the guy in my book pleasured the woman 3 times in one night. I said, yeah, that's why they call it fiction. Now I don't care what you say, I like a woman that moans during sex. I like a woman that talks during sex. Oh baby, oh baby. It's the ones that scream that give me problems. Help, police! Take back my duct tape, bitch. I'm heading to Sparta. 2 Sparta jokes in one night. There you go. Oh man. Got a new job though now. I start Monday. I'm a volunteer greeter at Victoria's Secret. Welcome to Victoria's Secret. My name's Jerry. Would you mind trying this on? Yeah. Oh. Got weed smokers out here?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Cool.
It's crazy.
I need to know, man, because I'm out. Hook me up, man. All right, dude. I'll talk to you after the show. How about not during?
All right.
There we go. I don't care what you say, the way you feel. All I say, legalize it nationwide once and for all and be done with it, man.
Why the fuck not?
Really, right? I'm just tired of seeing the police tail a 19-year-old kid going 14 miles an hour munching on a bag of goddamn Doritos. Michael Phelps. 22 gold medals, world-class athlete, does a couple of bong hits, everybody gets bent out of shape.
Whoa.
Seriously? If a couple of bong hits leads to 22 gold medals, every Lions huddle ought to have a hookah. I was over in South Haven, Michigan working. You guys ever go over there? Be cool when you're over there and driving, because I got pulled over by a cop on a bike. Yeah, I look in my rear view mirror, there's 280-pound ham hock pedaling son of a bitch. Ring, ring, ring. I pull over, man. Chumley comes waddling up. He says, hey, you know why I stopped you? I'm like, yeah, because you need a ride. He said, no, I stopped you because you're not wearing your seatbelt. I said, neither are you, fat ass. Checkmate. And that, folks, is a $75 joke. Any dads with daughters out there? Where's my dads with daughters? Yeah? How old are they?
2. 11.
2. Good for you. 11. Good ages, man. Yeah. 3 stages of dads with daughters, right? When you're the little girls, you come home from work, daddy, 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 hug, 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 oh, I love you. Oh. Then they hit the teen years and turn into that bitch from The Exorcist. I need gas money, goddammit. I'll clean my room when I want to. 24 years old, beautiful girl, even more attitude now. Dad, God, you're such a dick. God, Dad, you're such a jerk. God, Dad, would you quit Facebooking my friends? Nope. I'll quit requesting when they quit confirming. Meanwhile, I think it's high time you had a slumber party, young lady. All right, chuckles. All right, we'll take it. Do like the weed, though, man. So like I said, if anybody's got any blow, I have the mirror. My son's 30 years old, lives in San Diego, California. Self-made man, couldn't be prouder of him, and this boy likes his weed. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Went out to visit him, he took me surfing. I don't know if you guys ever been surfing. Holy Jesus, man. First time I ever go, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That board hit me in the neck, the back, the ass, the shoulders. Jesus, I felt like Rihanna on a Friday night. When we go back to his apartment, we're just sitting there chilling out. He goes, Dad, I'll be right back. All of a sudden, I smell a cloud come wafting down the hallway. I'm like, what have we here? He comes and sits down. I said, hey, listen here, young man, new rules apply, right? Whatever you say goes, we're under your roof. He's like, really, Dad, you don't care? I go, not at all. He says, I'll be right back. This kid wheeled out a bong so big he needed an appliance dolly. Then he starts in on me. He's like, hey, Dad, let's get high, me and you. I'm going to tell you right now, 2 bridges I don't want to cross. The Mackinaw's one, and this is another. See, he started in on me, and I thought, you know, I thought back to when he lived with me, right? See, he used to go outside and get glazed up, and just to screw them, I go up to his room and move shit around. Started, and I said, all right, we're still going to do this, man. We're still going to do this. Twist up a big old fatty. I'm like, I'm still going to screw with him. I'm like, just so you know, I'm not your real dad. Poor kid. He's like, what? I know. Mom told me. Whoa. I know, right? Hey, man, you guys have been great. Thanks a lot for having us out. One more hand for Brian B. Keep supporting live comedy here at the Riverfront Hotel. My name is Jerry Donovan. Thanks a lot, everybody.
So earlier this year, I had to get my own insurance for the first time, something never had to deal with before. And I had to choose a doctor, always something I had my mom do. I never had a doctor's appointment since I was 18, so this is kind of a long time that I had one. I went online and looked up doctors, and what I found was that I gravitated towards the female, younger, pretty doctors, which is probably not the wisest decision. You want someone that's seen everything and nothing surprises them. But I guess it was kind of based in this fantasy where she would some reason have to touch or look at my genitalia and then become so overwhelmed that she would immediately start having sex with me. Or like at least give me a blowjob. There's something that's wrong with that. If a doctor is looking at your genitalia, it's because something is wrong with your genitalia. And coincidentally, a couple months ago, I noticed a little bit of a bump on the bottom of my ball sack. And I was terribly embarrassed, and I couldn't bring myself to go to this 28-year-old fresh out of med school doctor. Plus, I probably didn't think that she knew what it was going to be anyway. So I waited for about a month, and I'd kind of become resigned to the fact that I was just going to die of nut cancer at this point. I have some recent updates on it. It was an ingrown hair. Thank you. I'm James Pataki.
I'm very much in love with my wife. As a matter of fact, we recently celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a long time to be married. Who am I shitting? That's a long time to be married to a guy like me, man. Lord knows I love my beer. Every once in a while, I like to kick back, relax, and enjoy one or two, or more often 10 or 15. Thank goodness she puts up with my baloney. But if I've learned anything in my long marriage, it's so true what they say. Men, women, mentally, totally opposite, right? It's that one little chromosome that kind of throws everything on its ear. But it's like anything. You just have to learn to deal with it. You just deal with it. Like I found in my long marriage, if I get a little frisky, I'm going to roll in the hay with the missus. All I got to do, bring her home flowers. Why? Because she likes flowers. It shows I care by giving her something she enjoys. It works every time. But I'll tell you, in the last 35 years, not once has she come home horny and slammed a 12-pack down on the kitchen table. Just doesn't work that way. I do love her. She's a little ditzy, which I've grown to appreciate. Like the other night, she came home from a shopping trip to Walgreens. She told me she bought lingerie from Walgreens. Yeah, tomorrow she's going to Victoria's Secret to buy Scotch tape. Oh, gosh. I do love her, though. I do. Yeah. She's allowing me to pursue my dream of performing stand-up comedy, which means you're all in my dream. Or is it a nightmare? Little residual from Halloween there, pal. Not a lot of money in this business, so to help make ends meet, she took a full-time job with a company as a telephone receptionist. Didn't take her long to realize that the majority of the incoming calls were coming in from Spanish-speaking people. Now, she didn't speak Spanish. Threw her off balance. She doesn't like being off balance. She's a self-proclaimed control freak. Yeah, I addressed her as the general manager of the universe. She wholeheartedly agrees. So to remedy the issue, she convinced the company to send her to night school to learn the Spanish language. She went night after night, and lo and behold, she learned to speak Spanish. It was a great accomplishment. I was very proud of her. And she fell in love with the language. So much so, she brings it home with her now. Now, not only do I get yelled at in English, I get yelled at in Spanish, too. I guess that makes her a bilingual bitcher. But she'll lay in on me, man. It's like, I'm sitting there like a bump on a log. So to appease her, and maybe to maintain some semblance of dignity, I'm hoping there's somebody in the audience tonight that speaks Spanish who could teach me the following 3 phrases. 1, shut the fuck up.
Calla la boca.
Thank you.
De nada.
2, you're just like your mother.
Como tu madre.
And 3, yes dear, you're right, I'm sorry. Now, can we have makeup sex?
Si tienes razón, ¿puedes hacer amor?
Thank you. My wife, ladies and gentlemen. Love you, sweetheart.
I met my girlfriend on the website. I was fed up. I was like, that's it. You know, dating out there is terrible. So my friends convinced me to join a dating website. So I did it. And I was like, I really don't want to do it. They're like, no, dude, really commit this time. So I did. I joined a dating website, and I did the premium, which is called the platinum membership at the website. 1 year. It was very expensive. I joined it. Day number 2 on the website, I get hit by an instant message from a beautiful profile, but I knew immediately it was spam bot. Because she hits me up and she's like, hey, describe what you look like. I'm like, I think this is a spam bot. I'm going to test it. Everyone here know what a spam bot is? No. No? Okay, really quick. What a spam bot is, it's not a real profile. It's actually a computer-generated profile, and it's just automated responses trying to get you to go to some other website, and it responds to whatever you type back to it. It's basically you're talking to a computer. It's really pathetic. So she hits me up and she goes, hey, describe what you look like. And I already have pictures on this website. So I tested it. I was like, 500 pounds with a 35-pound goiter. Replies back, that sounds sexy. It's like, shit, I think this is a spam bot. She's like, what are you doing here? I replied back, I was gonna get out of the house, but the crane didn't show up. Just, do you feel like camming? It's like, yeah, I was gonna drain my goiter if you wanna watch that. She's like, that does sound sexy. It's like, shit, I think this is a spam bot. So on this website, there's actually a report button, for spam. So I was like, I really hate doing it. She's so accepting. All right, I'm gonna report it. So I hit report. The website contacts me immediately. Says, sir, we are sorry for this. You are a platinum member. This is uncalled for. That website or that profile will be deleted. All contact, email, phone numbers, anything associated with that profile will be deleted and no longer welcome on this website. And I was like, damn, platinum membership, all right. 2 days later, I come across a wonderful profile. A profile that she was in my city, everything, she was beautiful, professional. I sent her a message. I said, you have a wonderful profile. I'm very interested if you want to talk and or if you want to go have coffee sometime, that would be great. She replies back to me, Eric, I actually know who you are. I've seen you do comedy. It sucks. And you look really stupid up there with your little black blazer. Give it up. Yeah, and I'm thinking the same thing too. Sometimes those spam bots are just so obvious. Report. No, my dating life has really sucked. I'm still single. I have never been married. As a quick example, one of the worst dates, one I've ever dated, she was just like a big kid, we would go on a date, and in the car, she would always play slug bug. You know what slug bug is? When you see a VW bug, you yell slug bug, and you smack them. She hit the shit out of me doing that. I dated her for 3 months, and towards the end of the 3 months, she's like, you know what? This is getting kind of old. You don't do anything spontaneous or surprising to me. So on our next date, I blindfolded her, put her in the car. I pulled into a VW dealership. I had to take the blindfold off and proceeded to beat the living shit out of her. It really scares me how many laughs that joke gets. Fictitiously telling you about beating the shit out of my girlfriend.